Let's talk about how to start getting results, because ultimately you can never be a woman who is just talk, 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 and you are not living the life that you actually want to live. The first thing that I need to put on this table is prayer. Praying cannot outpace action. It does not matter how much you pray, how much you dream, how much you wish, how much you hope, if you are not doing the action. There is no prayer that can be answered if you do not do the action. This is really critical. If you are to really change your life as a woman, it's to understand that faith really without works is completely non-existent. DEAD. It doesn't exist. And before we go on to the biblical thing, let me just explain this to you. This is something that we can all relate to. We all know a woman who wants to be in a relationship, but she's inside her house every single day. Well, darling, tell me, how are you going to meet that man? Is he going to be the Amazon delivery man? Is your husband the Amazon delivery man? You have to. If you, let's say, for instance, you are that woman and one of your things is, actually, everything is together in my life. I'm financially comfortable. I look good. I feel good. I'm not going to be idolizing the man and I'm ready for a husband. At a minimum, you need to be outside 2 times a week. Because you praying for something that you're not doing the action for is how you don't get results. On this earth, it's so important to be honest with yourself and say, I've put forward the prayer and this is my dream, this is my goal. Now, what am I doing every single day? What's my intentionality in regards to action to achieve that? I'm going to be honest. I used to be a pipe dreamer. And I'm praying to God. I've got these dreams. I've got these hopes. But where is the fruit of my dream? Why am I not living my dream? And then, do you know what the Lord put in my heart? Naaman and the king who had leprosy, whereby he went to Naaman and said, I'm looking for a miracle here. I need to be cured of my leprosy. What did Naaman say? Naaman said, Sir, go and wash yourself 7 times in that river. Let me tell you what that means for you, for us as women. It means that the miracle comes from the simplicity of doing. You have a prayer, you have a dream, you have a goal. Where's the action that correlates to that? The Most High is not a genie. It's not something that you rub and then poof, the £1 million ends up in your account. Poof, you own multiple streams of income. Poof, you own multiple houses. No. You pray. The prayer is already ahead of you. You need to take the steps towards it. And I think one of the things that you need to take, and what I take away from the whole incident with the man with leprosy and Naaman, is consistency. If you want to get results, if you want to change your life, consistency and action needs to be your best friend, because the only way to get the result is to walk towards the prayer. Going back to the woman who, and this space is not about men at all, because becoming that girl is all about you. It starts and ends with you. Like, it just is what it is. But if you do desire a husband and you're in your house and you're praying, oh my gosh, I really need a husband, I'm single, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my question to you, and this is a common example that I'm utilizing, is why are you not outside? Why are you not outside 2 to 3 times a week? And if you say it's because you have no money, then the husband shouldn't even be on the top of your list. We digress, but that should not be a prayer right now. Get thy money together over. Get thy money together fast. Even when we take something like, I want to open up a bakery. I want to have several bakery stores, and I think I can have a mini chain. But guess what? I'm not even baking any cakes or bread to sell in an apartment complex, to sell in my local area. I haven't even explored, could I sell in a farmer's market? So I really don't want to open the bakery. It's just a dream. Because if you want something, you put the prayer forth, and then you need to really sit down with yourself and say, in order for me to achieve this, then what is the action that I need to actually take to get there? There has to be pure intentionality. And I would say, if you are wanting a luxury life, if you want to live a particular type of way, your action has to be so precise. You have to be so precise. It has to be down to things like, if you want a luxury life and you want to live a particular way, you have to be so strict with yourself. I will only attend the following types of events. I'm going to make sure at least once a week I am going to this social activity. I'm going to make sure I join a tennis club. I'm going to make sure that actually I am on top of my grooming. Being on top of my grooming means that you have to write the list down. So for me, I know this off the top of my head because I actually practice and live this. Being on top of my personal grooming, luxury edition, means that my nails are done twice a month. It means that I do a microneedling once a month outside of summer for 3 months in a row. So I will start again in September, October, November, break. So I know pedicure once a month. I don't do my lashes. At home, I have a hair treatment once a month. I go to the salon once a month. You need to know what you need to do by way of action to get the results that you desire. My body is all the way together. Why? Because I know at a minimum, I need to be on that treadmill for an hour and a half to hit those 10K steps. So my question to you is, what do you want? Be honest with yourself, and this is between you and yourself. What do you actually want? And you need to write the actions that you need to do. Even if you are in business, by the way, if you are in business, you need to know what do you need to do to get those customers? How many times do you need to be talking about that product? You need to have an idea of the exact action that's going to drive the results. There is no prayer that you can put forward that doesn't require action. You need to make sure you are walking to the goal. Even this has just come into my head. Let's say you don't want to do the consistency thing. You want to be wealthy. You don't want to do the consistency thing. And you think the Most High should just make you win the lottery or something, but you don't play. So he can't even do that for you. He can't even gift it to you because you don't play the lottery. So really be honest. If you want to get the results, write down the various areas, and I would give various headings in which you need to look at. Number one, if you want results, what's your action in regards to God? Praying, fasting, reading the word. Number two, finances. You want to be a big girl with big girl money. The only way big girl money comes is if you do the action. So finances needs to be one of your headings. What are you doing to get your money up? How are you getting your income up? Are you asking for the raise? Are you going to set up a consultancy? How many clients are you contacting? Are you opening up another business? Write the things down that you need to do to get the big girl money. Health and body. How do you keep in shape? Are you going to be like me, whereby you are going to say every single day without fail, I am getting 10K steps done at a minimum. I'm also going to do weights 3 times a week because I know if I lock in, I get the results. I don't need to worry because I'm doing the things that I need to do to get the results. If you want to live a particular type of life, I love my lifestyle. I know once a week or once every other week, I'm at the theatre, I'm at the opera. I also know the frequency of my travel and what I need to do to be in a position to be able to have the lifestyle that I have. You have to get extremely intentional with yourself if you want to start getting results. This is so key. The cherry on the cake for all of this, though, is I don't believe in microwave results, like instant results. If you even look at Naaman's instructions, it was go wash 7 times. There is power in consistency and there is power in discipline. But But it is also tempting to say, actually, in 5 years, in 10 years' time, I'm going to hit this. No. Shorten the runway. If you want to get results, procrastination is going to try and be your best friend. Procrastination is going to try and be your cheerleader. And the longer time you give yourself, the more you're likely to procrastinate. Say to yourself, I want to achieve this as soon as possible within this timeline. I am going to caveat that though. In wanting to achieve something in a short timeline, you have to view these things as life goals forever, because you don't go back. You don't go back to previous circumstances. You can't get a luxury life. You can't live a certain way and then regress. No regressing. And the way you don't regress is actually saying to yourself, this is now my standard operating procedure. This is how I live. This is how I move forward in life. Because we do not regress. We don't go back. And I don't want to offend anyone, but it's like, I can't go back and sit in economy. I just can't. So if I can't go back and sit in economy, I need to be able to do the things. And there is nothing wrong with economy. There is a time and a place for it. But who in their right mind wants to go back in any circumstance? Let's just be honest there. I don't like it when the world encourages us to sugarcoat things. So let's just be honest. You don't buy your first home to then decide, actually, you are not going to be a homeowner anymore and you're not going to have assets. You don't get to your first 50k, 100k to then regress to actually £100, 100 naira. That's not how life works. So really think about when you shorten the timeline, you're shortening the timeline to get to the goal, but the timeline is shortened so you can really focus your attention. The timeline isn't shortened so that you get to the goal and start regressing. The other cherry on the cake is you need to make the goal bigger. Darling, the Most High, your Father in heaven, has no cap. You are the limitation of your lifestyle. You are the limitation of what you currently have. Take the cap off. Make the goal bigger. I'm going to share something personal with you. I used to be in a position where I'd pray to the Most High for certain things. I've taken the cap off. My prayers are very simple nowadays. Let your will be done. Whatever it is that you intend to give me on this earth, I can't even dream big enough to cover your desires. I'm not asking for 5 million. I'm not asking for 10 million. No. Because I know you want to give me more. I'm not asking for 10 homes. I know that you want to give me more. I'm not asking to be able to set up and feed 10,000 kids, because I know you want to give me more than that. I know you want me to have the ability to do more than that. Make the goal bigger. If you want a luxury life, if you want to get results, you need to make the goal bigger. This, by the way, only happens. This is only going to make full sense to you if you allow yourself to spend time in God's house, because anything other than that, you're going to think, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? Who does she think she is? Why does she have the audacity? I have the audacity because of the Most High. You need to grow some more audacity. You need the things that you think are, oh my gosh, that's too much. It's nothing. Open up your eyes. Your eyes you only get as far as you can see. I can see very far. In fact, I can't even see the end road anymore. I can't see the end road because God has said, baby, there is no end road. I'm going to give you everything that I've written for you from the beginning of time. And I'm comfortable just to keep my prayer, let your will be done. Because I know the cup is going to overflow so much, the nations are going to be fed through my hands. That's the audacity and the goal size I need you to have for your life and for the people that you're meant to impact. So this is how you get started in getting results. This is how you actually start to transform your life. You need to walk towards the actual thing. I don't believe in pipe dreams. It results in nothing. It just results in you dreaming. This is how to make it a reality.